What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner with Jeremy Rica. Today we're going to talk about something that I believe is one of the most important aspects of soccer. It doesn't have anything to do with scoring goals. It doesn't have anything to do with getting that important assist. Today we're going to talk about practice. To me, practice is one of the only way a soccer player is going to get better. And, it makes me mad when I see things like Allen Iverson, who used to be a professional basketball player, making a mockery of practice. I don't care if you're good on the field, you still need to practice. And today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I feel practice is so important. My first reason is because obviously practice is one of the only ways you are going to get better. And sometimes my players seem to forget that, and they will come to practice and they will do what they have to do and they will go home. Which is fine. If that's the way you want to do it, that's fine. But to me, if you're going to come to practice and only go through the motions, you are not really getting any better. So I feel as though players need to come to practice and take it seriously because, as I said, it really is the only way they're going to get better. And I do have some players that take practice very seriously and, they are genuinely there because they want to be there and they want to get better. And those are the kids that you are going to see make it at the next level. You have to have that determination and drive to want to get better, and it starts on the training ground. It doesn't really matter what we do in games because obviously the number one goal is to win a game. But if we don't put those things into practice and execute those things properly on the training ground, then you won't do it in the game. So the point of trying to make a player better through practice is so important. My second reasoning is because we only have a limited amount of time on the training ground. So it's very important to really take that time you get and put it to good use. For example, my training sessions are only probably 90 minutes long. And that's your standard practice session. Normally it's almost 2 hours. So that's not a lot of time if you really think about it, because we get that time twice a week usually, depending on how many teams you coach and, your schedule. So we only have a certain amount of time each week that we can put in on the training grounds. So for me, I always emphasize to my players, get the most out of what you came here to do. Because if you're not going to do that, then there's no point of you even being here. And if you're not going to take practice seriously, chances are you're not going to take a game seriously. There's no way an athlete is going to be successful if the only thing that they do is go through the motions of practice. You really have to want to get better. You really have to want to take your game to that next level. And getting the most out of the practice sessions is a great way to do that. And I try to emphasize that each time I'm on the pitch with these athletes because, You know, a lot of these kids, they want to get to that next level. And sometimes it makes me mad because you say you want to get to the next level, but you're not willing to put in the work. And so that's another reason why practice is so important, is because we only have a certain amount of time on that field with our athletes. And it's important that they get the most out of it. The third reason I think practice is so important is because it allows you to focus on very specific things. For example, if you know that you're not doing something well in a game, that allows you to go back during practice and really focus on the aspect of, okay, this is what we did not do well. This is clearly what we need to work on. Because, let's be honest, in a game, you know, you can make those little adjustments as a coach, but you really can't dive into details about how these players are supposed to fix the issue that they're having. You know, in a game, you really only get to talk to them before a game, at halftime, and after a game. So practice is a great way to get very specific on things that the team needs to work on, or maybe it's a specific player that needs to work on things. You know, that's the great thing about practice, is it can be very specific, and a lot of times it is specific. You know, sometimes the athlete doesn't understand that. A lot of the times the attitude is going to be, well, why are we doing this? What's the point of this? And, you know, you explain it to them, and sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But that's another reason as to why I feel practice is so important. And if you're a parent to an athlete that goes to practice on a regular basis, please remind them how important it is to go to practice, and how important it is to, you know, do things outside of the practice facilities. Because, as I said before, we only have a certain amount of time with these kids, and I always stress to my players, do things outside of training that is going to help yourself as a player. And for the parents, it's really important that you stress to your child how important practice is, because that's the only way they are going to get better. I don't expect you to baby your kids, because by now they're probably at that age where they know the importance of practice. But just remind them. A reminder never hurts. And if it makes the difference, then it's worth it. That's all for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to find out more, you can listen to my podcast, Coach's Corner with Jeremy Rica. And you can also check out the website as well. So until next time, guys, bye-bye.